This is Lake Mina here at Bastrop State Park, and it is a spring. We're told it's 30 feet deep, and it's the place where Custer stayed when he went to Austin, and it's also an area where David Crockett went and a few others. So it's a very popular spring, and I guess it's good clear water.
Yep.
And so enjoy the photos. Scott and I have come to Bastrop to visit some friends of ours. This is Faye, and that's John Cobb. They're some friends of ours that we met through Texans for state parks, and they're letting us stay with them. And Faye and I have already been shopping old downtown. It was awesome. And the bakery, I got a cookie, guys. Yeah. And now we're at Bastrop State Park, so mark another one off. And it's a CCC park, isn't it? So mark another one off there, and we're just gonna have a good time today. Take a look and see what's here. Now this is James Milburn and Faye Cobb. They're both part of the Lost Pines Friends group. And after the fire, once they were allowed to, they were able to plant trees. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
The park partnered with a lot of the local schools and organizations to do basically tree planting things. And we, through grants and fundraising, basically help finance the restoration efforts for a lot of the pines. Basically, a 15-year project that they're doing to help spread the generation of the trees.
So with, you know, as we were driving through, you know, John was driving us through, he kept saying volunteer, volunteer. Why is it important to do the planting instead of just letting the volunteer trees come in?
Like here, this one is specifically to help redo the trees around specific buildings.
Okay.
And we've had also some of the older pine trees are reaching the end of their lifespan. So to replace them before they die off, then we will always have a good bunch of pine trees around the specific buildings.
Okay, so it's important for us to remember the volunteer, what comes up naturally, but these are to help in different areas.
Yes,
right?
Because the problem was the fire was so intense, it sterilized a lot of portions of, a lot of the seeds that were on the surface, and there was such a massive erosion that a lot of the seeds that would have been there coming volunteer had lost. So at one point while the fire was still going on, Jason had noted that almost 4 foot of soil had been lost before the fire was even over. So there wouldn't have been any opportunities for volunteering. The only thing, a lot of the new growth you see, the post oaks that are coming up, that's really coming up from the existing root systems. A lot of the seeds were just completely wiped out in certain areas. But
and there was nothing to catch the seeds that would be alive. There was nothing for them to nurture them into.
And for the ones that will come back, basically what will happen is you'll have an entire forest all of the same age. So if we waited for all of them to come up, then there's not a staggered in age growth as well. So this helps kind of spread that age growth as well, so you don't have just that forest that could go out to like
here with these being 100 or almost 100 years old. That's just about the lifespan of a pine tree.
Okay.
We would all of a sudden have no pine trees because a lot of these were planted by CCC, so they were started in the 30s.
Okay. And did you have to go through any training or anything before you started doing?
Well, the park give, when you come up for the volunteer thing, they'll give like it's really a 30-minute
Yeah.
presentation to show you how to use the tools, and it's really a small learning curve. You just go out there and just dig a hole and put a tree in.
And
Stick its flag up next
Yeah,
to it.
stick a
That's
flag.
fine.
They all had little flags, so for a long
Aw.
time there were little flags waving
oh, they had
along the
little
road.
personal flags. I know the fire was very devastating. I'm wanting to focus on the positive that has come out of this because, you know, it's been 5 years. We're starting to see growth. What is the positive thing that you feel has come from the fire 5 years ago?
Well, the real positive thing, as far as like I guess an ecosystem aspect of it, is like they were giving a presentation earlier. Is it really does, it resets what we have been doing wrong for the last 150 years by fire suppression. We've allowed certain plants to retake what they naturally would have been burned out, like all these post oaks and stuff. So it will allow for future generations to have a much better forest that they can enjoy growing up through with their families.
Okay.
And
Well,
it gets the underbrush that smaller fires would have normally taken out little by little. So this is where they do the prescribed burns. They clear certain areas, and that's what helped keep the fire from getting all the buildings.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate all the work that you guys have done.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
Always. Thank you
Thank you.
guys.